Hey friends! Before archiving my 2024 study journal, I wanted to do a quick flip through, and I was hoping to give you guys inspiration to start your own Bible study journal this year, and also give you some ideas as to what you can write on it. If you're new here, welcome. Hi, my name is May. I am so forgetful, so I started a study journal for my Bible reading and stuff like that back in 2022 to hopefully remember what I read. I think it's working. But yeah, if you want to go ahead and grab your drink while you watch this video, or maybe have it playing in the background. Either way, thank you guys so much for being here, and let's get to it. So first I want to talk about the notebook that I'm using. I am using the Hobonichi Techo Cousin in A5. This is supposed to be like a life book or a life planner, all-in-one planner that you can use for the whole year. But I have purposed it to be my Bible study journal. This cover is also from Hobonichi. It's one of their artist collaborations. So it's with the artist named Hiroko Kubota. And I picked this planner cover because I was trying to have like a little color theme throughout my notebooks in 2024. So I was hoping to have blue color theme across my notebooks in that year. And I have these two from the same year. They kind of matchy-matchy. And for this year, I am going with a black cover theme. Alright, so on the inside pockets, I have some letters from friends that don't really fit my A6 planner, memory keeping journal, and I also have some drawings from young ones. If you don't know what I look like, this is pretty much exactly it. And then I have these two pages that I left undecorated. I have changed that for this year, 2025, so there's going to be a little bit more stickers on these pages. On this page, we have the current year, past year, and the following year. And basically for the past year, I just ignored that. I think I did plan on covering it up with something so I can use this space for other things, but I'm really too lazy to do that, and it doesn't bother me that it's left unused. For the current and following year, I just use this to future plan. So basically I have two things that I keep track of in this page. I have SMPW shifts and the important spiritual events that I have for this year and the following year. I use zig dot markers for that, and this is what they look like. I use two colors. One is for, again, my metro shifts. I basically just put a dot on the date that I have metro shifts for, and that's it. For important spiritual events, I do try to put a note on the bottom of the month, put the date and what's happening on that day. So, for example, I don't know if you can see, but August 19, I have that marked as an important event, and basically I put on the bottom of the month 19 and what's happening. So it's our friend's graduation from SKE. And then I have August 31 to September 8, which is our seldom work assignment in Texas. I have October 15 to 20 was our CO visit, 19 pioneers meeting, and stuff like that. And that is it for this spread. Okay, so this next page is one of my favorites. I think it's the yearly or quarterly spread. There's 3 sections. On the top, we have 3 check boxes. I just use that for logging my spiritual goals for the month. So some examples of those goals I have would be to invite over others for dinner and games, reach out to a certain sister that was in the hospital, and stuff like that. I usually try to set the next month before the current month ends. For the middle, we have my ministry tracker. I use this to plan my hours to make sure I get my 50 during the month. What I have designated is 1 grid equals 1 hour of my time. How I plan my hours is first I use my phone. In my calendar, I plan out the days that I would go out. Let's just say Saturday 10, Sunday 4, and so on and so forth. And now I transfer these hours that I planned into my notebook. What I do is I highlight the days that I'll be going out for and how many hours. January 7, I plan to go out for 2 hours that day. And then I shade in the parts that I actually go out for. So again, January 7, I did not go out at all. Looks like January 4, I did plan to not go out that day, but ended up having 5 hours of service. On the bottom, I put my hour totals on here just so I don't have to keep recounting the boxes every single time. And then I tried using it also for habit tracking. However, I don't reference this page daily, so some of the trackers are pretty blank. So I think I'll do my habit tracking another place. But for 2025, I think I'm planning on still using this for my hour totals. And then I think I'm going to log the different forms of ministry that I participate in, just so I can see if I need to be more balanced in certain areas. But yeah, that's it for this spread. Okay, so the next few pages are the monthly spreads. And I am very much a monthly planner. I use my phone and my everyday carry, which is the Hobonichi Weeks, to monthly plan. I thought doing it again in my Hobonichi cousin might just be overkill, right? So I planned on using these spreads as an index. What that means is I will put in the summary or title of what's in my daily pages. For example, I know for a fact on January 1st, I have written down my study and ministry schedule. So I would put on here study and ministry schedule. That way, if I ever have to reference back to it in the future, I would know where exactly to find it. The problem is I am very much not an indexer, so all of these monthlies are blank. I honestly don't know what I'm going to do with these spreads for 2025, so please, if you have any suggestions, let me know down in the comments below. I would hate for these to be blank again this year. We're at another favorite spread of mine. Welcome to the weeklies. This is intended for planning your hours during the week. You have your day here, and then you have the hours from 5 a.m. all the way down to 4 a.m. And if you were to use this as intended, it would go something like, Monday to Friday, I work from 9:30 to 5. On Thursday nights, I have my midweek meeting from 7 to 9 and use it for time blocking whatsoever. I disregard all that and I use this one to put in my daily text notes and my prayer. I do this because I don't want my prayer to be repetitive. I don't also want it to turn into just a wish list and I want to make sure I am adding gratitude and praying for others as well. But yeah, as you can see here, we have my daily text stickers that comes with Deco. Unfortunately, I am going to be discontinuing that this year just because it is kind of a lot of work to be designing and printing and cutting them out every so often. I do definitely love how they turned out, so maybe it will come back in 2026, I don't know. But if you're seeing this in 2025 and you'd be interested in it, I'm so sorry they're discontinued, but thank you for your interest and thank you for everybody who bought the stickers. And if there is one thing that you're going to take out of this video, let it be this. On our journaling group chat, we were talking about the 3-word daily text challenge. So basically, summarize the daily text in 3 words. 3 words. And man, it's really challenging. But I found that it helps me to remember what the daily text is about throughout the day and even the next day. And also, it allows me to really think about what the daily text is telling me. That's something that I will be doing still in 2025. Another thing that I started doing or tried to do was putting a scripture highlight for the week, and usually I would use the Watchtower theme text for that, but I only did it for 2 weeks. I think it was nice, but it wasn't really something that added to my week, I suppose. Another thing that I started doing or restarted doing, well, basically I've been doing this since 2022, is doing my habit tracker in the weekly section, which I think works so much better than doing it in the front. I should have to make sure that I reference or I do my daily text every day. And that is it. So we have turning the page to a new year. And as you can see, I didn't use it at all for 2024. But for this year, I have already used it. On the right here, we have a vision board, mood board with the year text on it. And it is a freebie and you can find it in my coffee shop. It's just a few of my posts like put all together if you like that. It has, Bible reading, some stationery, coffee, journaling, and stuff on there. On the left here, we have my goals for this year. I listed my goals, the steps that are necessary to achieve them. I have anticipated obstacles and planned on solutions to said obstacles. So hopefully I can achieve all my goals for this year. But yeah, that is it for this page. Moving on to the dailies. So for my dailies, what I used to do back in 2023 was write down notes of whatever I'm studying during the day. So if I would study my Watchtower on Friday, I would have my Watchtower study notes on the Fridays. Sundays would be public talk and stuff like that. For this year, I am changing it up a little bit. So I have given each month a topic that I write about. So we're going to go through each month here. For January, I have stuff that I want to quickly reference. So for example, I have my study and ministry schedule here. I have my washi tape swatches, my visions for paradise. I have scripture collections, one for guilt and one for injustice. But I didn't really go through these pages a lot. I still want to do a scripture collection, but I think I'm going to change it up. I'm doing humility and empathy because those are the 2 qualities that I want to cultivate this year. I have Opening Your Hearts Wide. This is where I try to reach out to elderly ones, single ones, and young ones in the congregation. Invite them for things outside of the meetings and the ministry. So I just log what days, who I'm with, what we did, and pictures. And I allotted a few pages for that. It just didn't do as much as I expected. The next 2 pages I'm not going to show you. These are rip-offs, cutouts from the Watchtower. The Awake magazine. Some of my friends were featured on there, so I just put their pictures on here and their names and stuff like that. I have a few collections of other things. I have trivias, I have humor or jokes, and I have quotes, and I love those. I want to do it again for this year, and hopefully I get them fuller. This is also another rip out from one of our meeting workbooks with family worship ideas, things that I want to do and things that we have done. I love the personality type MBTI thing, so I journaled that about me. I am a defender. I am an ISFJT. I wrote down my strengths, my weaknesses, and if you want to do this too for next year, I put an application for my strengths. How can I use that for Jehovah and the congregation? And then for my weaknesses, like what can I do to improve on those? So for example, personal study topics and stuff like that. Over here, this was initially blank. I was gonna journal about a Bible character that was also an ISFJT, but I couldn't think of who might be one, so I just journaled about the 2024 highlights of the worldwide service report. I have the Huberman morning routine on here, and again collections and the field service groups. February, I have designated this one for my spiritual gems notes. So basically I just write the chapter that we're reading for that week during the meeting, and then the gems that I found for that reading. I don't do it every week, but I'm hoping I can do it more this 2025. And then that's it. For March, I actually saved this for spiritual gems. However, I realized around the middle of the year that I wasn't going to get through February, let alone fill out March. So I decided using this space for creation study. And I love it so much, you guys. Like, I am not an artsy person. I can't draw, I can't paint or anything. But this is where I get to try my hand on things, and I get to learn something about Jehovah and his creation. So I hope to do more of this in this coming year. I think towards the end of that month, we're still in March, I tried doing a Bible character study, which was really good. It was very tedious and I didn't quite enjoy it as much as I did the creation. So I don't know, maybe I'll do a little bit of that still for 2025, but definitely I love the creation study. For April, we have my notes on the JW broadcasting. We have some governing body update stuff on here as well. We have original song lyrics, morning worship, and basically all the stuff that I watch on video kind of notes. I didn't quite finish. I stopped in July, but it's really cute. I hope to be able to do more in this coming year. May is my name, so I have designated this month for my personal study. And please listen, but don't judge. But here are a few things that I am personally working on. We have jealousy in the marriage. We have living on less, which we don't have much to begin with, but anyways. We have memorial season stuff. We have my goals, some songs. some study, like research on it, the memorial Bible reading, some meditation. We have the year text and how I studied it and meditated on it. It was really good. There's a Watchtower article on the year text, of course. It was talking about King David, right? Because he was the one who wrote this, and how he was being, at that time, hunted down by King Saul, and he was really afraid. And basically it explains how he conquered his fears, which is he thought about what Jehovah has done for him, what he's currently doing now, and what he will yet do for him in the future. So what I did is I listed down my fears and anxieties, which is a lot. And then I meditated on what Jehovah has done for me, what he's doing for me now, and what he will be doing for us in the future. So it was really, really good. I highly recommend you trying that or doing that for this year. Over here, I'm just trying to cover because the pictures are from the Watchtower. So basically, this is another rip out of the Watchtower. Oh no, it's not focusing. Hello. And what it is the Watchtower that basically says we don't know a lot of things. Like, oh, what about the babies that are born during Armageddon? Are they going to be resurrected? Blah, blah, blah. And we don't have to know because Jehovah knows. And let me just cover these. Because, yeah, anyways, where was I? We don't have to know because, Jehovah knows, and we can trust that what he does is just and fair. And gave us reassurance. In addition to that, there was a section about those who we have preached to, maybe those who are removed, who still have a chance to side with Jehovah after Armageddon starts. That gave me a lot of comfort because I do have dear family that has been removed from the congregation. I have another rip out from the workbook. I was struggling a lot with people who serve Jehovah, right? They aren't doing anything. Anyways, I'm not going to get into it. But guess what? Sometime later, the workbook came out with what if we envy those not serving God? And I was like, oh my gosh, this is for me. But yeah, basically I ripped that out because I want to remember it. And it was just like Jehovah really thinks about me and he knows what I need and gives it to me at the right times. Really faith strengthening and also comforting at the same time. But yeah, guys, don't be afraid to really dig deep in your personal study because, that's what it's for. But anyways, for June and July, these are my notes for the assemblies and conventions. June is for both assemblies, and then July is for convention notes. I do have a lot of space left over, so I was thinking of combining them. But like last year, I used up a whole month worth of pages for my convention notes, so I'm afraid I'm going to run out. And we might start double dipping or attending another one of the assemblies because my husband usually has some kind of duty that he might not be able to enjoy the assembly with me, so we might start doing that. So I'm hoping those things would pretty much fill out these blank empty spaces. Okay, so for August, this started out as the life stories notes that I read on our website. I have Brother Hurd on here and Brother Morris's life stories. But then that really inspired me to get to know the life stories of those who are near me, those who are in the halls. I started interviewing some friends about their life, how they got to know the truth, and all that good stuff. So I gave myself a goal of interviewing 12 people this last year. However, I only got to like 5.5. And I say 5.5 because I interviewed the sister. However, I haven't written down her life story on here. And I have moved into my 2025 journal, so I don't think I'm going to be filling this out. I think I might actually just write down her life story on my new journal. But yeah, this has been really, really encouraging to me, and I hope for this year I'm giving myself a goal of maybe interviewing 6 people. I just need to schedule it out every month or so on my calendar and make sure I invite somebody. So looking forward to that this year. And then for September, I was going to write down notes on the book Atomic Habits. I really love that book. However, I am lazy. Let's see, I even have some drafts and all that stuff. So there's that. For October, this was a last minute decision when we learned that we were accepted to go to Seldom Work in Texas. I decided I need to learn Spanish because I heard there's a lot of Spanish speakers over there, being that they were close to the border. This was supposed to be my Spanish language learning notes, but never mind that. November, I didn't really use. And then December, I basically use this as a tester for my stickers before I put them out to my shop. I have this last page as my scratch paper. I didn't really use these too much. This was my 100 scriptures, but I only have 2, which is Psalm 56:3, the year text, and 2 Kings 4:23 and 24. It was in one of the broadcastings, and it was a prophet saying to this widow that everything is all right. And I love that. It's a February broadcast, I think, so definitely watch it if you would like. I actually found a sticker for that, and I have it on this year's journal. Let me see if I can find that. Something similar, says everything will be okay, but really reminded me of that scripture. So everything else, I'm so sad I didn't use for this year, but I have a few ideas for what I'm going to use them for 2025. That is all for this flip through. I hope you were inspired to start a study journal, and if anything, I hope you had gotten some ideas on what you can put or what you can study for. But thank you guys so much for being here, for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you again on the next one. Bye!